My name is Kelsey Schroeder and I was born and raised in the Fargo-Moorhead metro area. Yes, you did hear that correctly. It is that Fargo. Oh sure, you bet. Honestly, I couldn't imagine a better place to grow up, and I really think that the stardust of the universe had to have been on my side with that one, because if I hadn't grown up here, I would not have led the life that I have been lucky enough to live. I grew up performing from a very young age. I was definitely reaping the benefits of my singing and guitar playing father. Thanks, Dad. When I was 11, I found my way to the theater. I graduated with a BFA in musical theater and a minor in dance from Viterbo University in 2014. And 3.5 years later, I found my way to singing on luxury cruise ships. I completed my last tour on March 1st, 2020, with plans to be back to sea by mid-April. In my time off, I was going to be back home in Fargo for 6 weeks, which was 12 months ago. In April of 2020, I was hired by an online beauty company, and I quickly became very fascinated with different skin types and products. I had struggled with acne on and off throughout my life, and in 2018, I actually developed cystic acne, which then fueled this research of ingredients into products. Little did I know that that was going to be a huge professional pivot point. I officially found my way into the beauty industry in what I would like to call a come to Jesus conversation with one of my good friends who also happens to be a master esthetician. So we're running through this conversation and she stops me and says, I want you on my team. I don't want to sway your decision, but I think that you would be an incredible esthetician. Now, thinking about having this going back to school during a global pandemic while I'm severely unemployed conversation with my parents gave me enough anxiety to want to hide under a rock and throw up at the same time. Oh, I'm anxiety sweating just thinking about it again. I have the most incredible family in the entire world. I kept thinking, like, this is crazy. This is possibly one of the dumbest and most irresponsible things that I have ever entertained. I would say things like that. They would say things like, well, this makes so much sense. This is the perfect time to go back to school. Look how passionate you are about this field already. It's been a long time dream of mine to be able to give something to artists that make them show up in a room for auditions, that makes them feel more powerful and connected to themselves. I didn't really have a clear idea of what that was until I found aesthetics. And then it just clicked.
Come just as you are to me. Don't need apologies. Know that you are worthy.
I come from an industry where we are not only hired based on our talent and ability, but on how we present to the world. I want to be able to relieve some of the nerves that go into our version of submitting a professional resume. Your skin, your makeup, your look, your lashes are an extension of yourself. No pun intended. Like maybe, like a little bit, kind of. Oh, it was dumb. It is the visual storytelling of yourself, just as your costume and your stage makeup is the visual storytelling of whatever character you are portraying on the stage. All of those pieces coming together was what really convinced me that aesthetics was absolutely the path that I was supposed to be on. I have spent the last 12 months going through reckoning with not performing and working, feeling like I've somehow failed out of my original career, as if a global pandemic is anyone's fault, and battling with the circumstances that we've all been dealt. I've also been confronting my feelings of abandoning my first love for a second, but I've also discovered that I love both industries equally, and I do because they're both in service of others. This scholarship will help alleviate the huge financial impact that I've faced in the last year and grant me the peace to move even more confidently into this new career that I have gratefully stumbled upon.
Unconditional, unconditionally, oh, I will love you unconditionally. Yeah, there is no fear now. Let go and just be free. I will love you unconditionally.
My name is is Kelsey Schroeder. I believe that beauty not only changes lives, but is an integral part to sharing our stories with the world.
Unconditional.